Hello? Is this thing on? Because it has been off for a long time and it is so good to be back. Man, I've missed this so much. I pray that your 2021 is off to a great start, a bunch of healing and growing, I hope. My 2021 has been pretty interesting in a good way, to say, in a good way though. But that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. We have all season long for that. As you've probably seen by now, the name of the potty has changed. It went from She Found Her Voice to now Dear Soul Podcast. This name is very befitting for the mission and the vision of this podcast. A podcast full of guests and conversation that will provoke us to heal and tear down strongholds in the mind and walk in our true identity as daughters of God. Dear Soul isn't about me. It's heavy focused on building a community, a sisterhood. It's more of a, this is what I've learned and I want you to learn too. And then there'll be times when we have to learn together because I haven't mastered everything. I don't know it all. So this is one of the reasons we'll have guests, which I am totally excited about. With She Found Her Voice, honestly, I was processing my own revealing. You were on a journey with me that I was figuring out, really. Like I didn't know what I was doing with She Found Her Voice. So thanks for growing with your girl. It was a time in which I was learning how to use my voice. I really was learning how to use my voice and to not be afraid of my own voice. And also working on the confidence and boldness to do so, because I wasn't as confident in my voice as I am now. And it's not necessarily me being confident like in my own strength, but God that is in me and that speaks through me, and who also gives me the boldness. A highlight for me though from She Found Her Voice, when I launched She Found Her Voice, the podcast, was me learning to use my voice freely without anyone's permission. In every other space in my life, I would wait for permission to speak. Permission from people, not from God, but from people. And because of it, sometimes I was stifled and stagnant because I didn't get the permission or the validation or the affirmation from people, even when I knew God was calling me to speak. If I wasn't being affirmed, or if I wasn't given permission or even validation from the people who were really at that time in my life, they were idols. If I didn't get permission or validation or affirmation from them, I wouldn't do it, even when I knew deep down in my heart that God was saying otherwise. And so I had to repent for that, and I had to begin to do what I know that I'm supposed to do. Writing, yes, but also using my voice, and even using my voice in writing, because some people aren't called to actually verbally, speak to people or be on a radio or podcast or standing up, but we have a voice in our words and our writing, and there are a lot of people who are supposed to do so, but because they're not getting permission or validation or affirmation from the people who they look up to, or they don't do what they're supposed to do. But anyhow, I am overjoyed about Dear Soul Podcast and all of the great things that will take place, all because of obedience to God and boldness from Him, or boldness in Him. So, Dear Soul, it's not that you have to find your voice. Your voice isn't lost. You have to open your mouth and release your voice. You've been silent, afraid, and waiting on the permission, affirmation, and validation from people that God has already given you. So sis, open your mouth, speak, go forward in boldness, go forward in confidence, not in your own strength, but in God, because He has given you all that you need within inside of you. Sis, I'm excited about all the healing and the growth that'll take place during these times that we meet. So I will talk to you next Tuesday, same time, same place.